Hyundai has been an advocate of safe driving for a very long time. The company believes that the process of safety begins with the driver taking responsibility for their individual actions. Hence, their Safe Move, Safe Road awareness films highlight various situations in our day-to-day life in which the focus is on what can be done to prevent mishaps. The messages in these films revolve around creating innovative content, pressing on to be the better guy in adverse situations related to road safety and behavior.
We feel that it's our responsibility not only to manufacture world-class cars, but also ensure that the safety of our customer, the safety of the co-passenger and the safety of pedestrian is also ensured at all levels. Now, having said that, way back in 2015, we conceptualized this move called the Hyundai Safe Move, which is basically our global program, which helps us to change the behavior of the customer as far as driving an automobile is concerned. Shah Rukh is like a family to us. We came to this country in the year 1996 and our commercial production started in 1998. And since then, Shah Rukh has been working along with us, spreading the cause of better driving. And we can also say that he is one of our oldest employee as far as Hyundai Motor India is concerned.
A part of this initiative is their brand ambassador Shah Rukh Khan. Storyboard caught up with Shah Rukh on the campaign shoot for a few more of these films and spoke to him about the campaign and his other brand endorsements. Not everyone is lucky enough to have their favorite star on their show not once, but twice within a span of 12 months. And guess who the lucky person is? Well, hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shivani Gharat. And in this special edition, special show of Storyboard, we have Shah Rukh Khan with us yet again. Shah Rukh, so good to have you on our show again.
Thank you, Shivani. Our second date on Storyboard, so it's fun.
All right, so we are meeting on the sets of a campaign shoot for Hyundai. Your association with Hyundai has been very, very long-standing. You know, in an era of one-year contracts, 6-month-long relationships, tell us more about this association and give us more insight on how did that association work.
Just Hyundai and me, old-fashioned, we believe in the institution of marriage. So it's a long marriage. And I think we both started off nearly together.
Yeah.
Hyundai's advent into India. Of course, an internationally very renowned big company. And I was just kind of finding my feet here. And I truly believe, you know, when we advertise, when we endorse stuff, it cannot go beyond the product. Whoever, whatever you may do. You may have the greatest looking ads, you may claim the tallest of claims, you may market the hell out of it. But the product finally has to speak, like in films. Whatever you may do with it, the content or the product has to be what people like. And I think somewhere both of us grew at the same time that the product that we were creating, me in films, they in cars, was being appreciated like. And whenever you have success of this length, like 19, nearly 20 years now, I think the bonding becomes even stronger. Good things have happened for us together. So now it's become like an association where I jokingly say I'm the senior most employee of Hyundai. And I can tell anyone in the company, listen, let's do this. They are the ones who have to pass my test, or the other way around. So,
does that happen?
You see, creatively, they've always been very kind with me, because that's my job. That's the one thing at Hyundai which is really wonderful, that we are going to do our job, and I can't tell them how to do that. Of course, once in a while I'll say, do you have this kind of color car, because my kid likes it.
And have they delivered that?
Oh yes, they have all the colors. They have, yes. They've given me some really, and I remember once it was going to come out a little later, and they were very sweet to bring it a little earlier for me, or painted it, I think, specifically. So we have that relationship, you know. Okay. So I think you realize the beauty of a long-term relationship when you have one like Hyundai and myself have had.
Yes. So, you know, the current campaign that we're shooting is a Safe Move, Be the Better Guy. Tell us more about what is this whole initiative all about.
I think 4 or 5 years ago, you know, we've done all kind of advertising, from Santro to the high-end cars of Hyundai. You know, they've been classy, they've been cool, they've been funny, they've been sweet, they've been informative. I think 4 or 5 years ago, the whole team sat together, and I remember I'd gone to the head office, we were chatting there, and they said, you know what, all this, and I've been saying it for years, so have they, that, you know, we keep on trying to say this car is better, bigger, faster, cooler, nicer. It all is. Yeah. By assumption of being in the business for so long, people know the next car is a better, cooler, faster version. But can we start making it about other things related to what might be negative, with transportation? So whether it's the environment, whether it's the pollution, whether it's extra water or petrol, or just safety, and start saying things like, listen, all this is good. We are also telling you this is a great car. But can you just be a better guy by following simple things for your own good?
Yeah.
And it was never meant to be pompous in your face that, listen, do the right thing and it should be this way. No. It's like, just put the safety belt on.
The small
things. I think they do make a big difference. In today's time and age, when we're talking, everybody's on a mobile phone. People are in a hurry. There's more traffic jam sometimes. The weather's not permitting you to reach someplace on time. And everybody's in a caring hurry.
Or you lose temper
easily.
You
lose temper.
Yeah.
It's a difficult world that we have created for ourselves, but we can make it easy just by doing small things.
Since it says be the better guy, tell us instances where you have been the better guy. Give me some examples. Sticking to the hashtag.
I mean, one thing I've done which I think is quite foolish of me. First, I'll talk about road safety, which I just spoke to someone. One of the first things I did is a couple of times I've taken my son out and stuck his head out of the sunroof.
Oh.
Hair flying.
In
Mumbai, and he felt really nice. And I suddenly realized, thinking that this is the wrong thing to do. There's so much, worse for him than anything else, So I became the better guy. I don't allow him, even at the cost of him not understanding why not yet. And I'm like, no, you can't do it anymore. And of course, he's now saying, let's go in an open car then completely, or go on a cycle, which we'll have to do maybe.
Yeah.
But I think that will also make me a better father and a better guy. Many a times, I know people in my line of work, associated to my line of work, who will say and do things publicly which are not perhaps akin to what I really believe in. And they've said it or done it or casted it, newsed it. And I'm really disturbed with it in the evening. And I'm like, how could he or she? And then by morning, I'm like, life has been good. And when I see the positive, this negative is not something I should, waste my day and thought and emotions on.
Yeah.
So let me just be the better guy and, say it's all right. It's okay. And a lot of people mistake it sometimes.
Yeah.
They think I'm being a little wary of the person or scared of the person. No, it's just me being the better guy. That, listen, it's all right. Now you said it and I'm not discussing it, and it's a point of view and it's your opinion. More often than not, that in my business actually brings out the better guy in me.
Okay. Tell us examples or probably, the first time that you realized the importance of road safety. Like really, you thought.
It's a very strange thing. The first, one of the first two ads, or that time if we could call it ads, I did a road safety film for, I think, Delhi Police, where I did the stunt myself. There's a guy who's driving without the helmet, then with the helmet, and how that saves his life. And I still remember I'd done the actual stunt, banging on the scooter, landing on the car and bumping my head. I'm a very big follower of traffic rules, boringly so maybe, and I'm proud to be a boring traffic rule follower, and I think everyone else should be. It's okay, you don't cut lanes, you cannot be in a hurry, you give your indicator, you don't honk too much, you don't shout at others, you just follow rules, whatever.
So are you telling me you have never broken a traffic rule?
No, not traffic rules. I get very disturbed. I get scared also, because just not for my safety, the safety of others, because even if you think sometimes, more often than not, that's what people think, I'll manage. The other person also has to manage. He or she may not be able to. So you have to be very careful. So no, traffic rules are something I don't break. Even at 3 a.m. in the morning, if there's a red light, it is a red light. And I've been told sometimes, sir, इसमें देख के जाने का 12 बजे के बाद यहाँ पे there is a side sign, just look around and go, be careful. But I'm a boring traffic rule follower, and I think that will be the reason for my longevity.
Okay. You've signed so many contracts, done so many ad films, endorsed so many brands. Tell us about the first ad film that you worked on, the very first.
Very strangely, it still is a part of me. I don't think I'm professionally or commercially signed with them. But Tata Tea was the first big one I did in Mumbai, which again did a campaign for me. I don't think it was commercial, where they kind of requested me to name, put the girl's name first in all the titles. It's about small changes.
That was quite recent.
Yeah, but after I did it, they didn't use me for a long time. And many years later, they just kind of, during Chennai Express, 5 years ago, I think Balki was making it, and he said, I'd like you to do this gesture, so which I did.
And what about the first one?
First, I think, was a shoe company, Liberty Shoes or something. And then this road safety film. This was in Delhi when I hadn't even done television then.
Okay. Considering, celebrities and endorsers are receiving so much flack for the brands that they endorse or the brands that they are associated with, what is the filter that you personally apply when you are signing a contract with any brand?
I think there are 2-3 things that you can always apply, and even then fall short of what people have to say. Everybody's got a point of view, and you can hear it and respect it. Does not change your life. I used to have a simple rule that it's legal, it's out there in the market, and you want me to sell it, I will sell it. Yeah. The simple thing is, my rule of thumb is, I can sell everything except my soul. And I know deep inside that I'm not selling my soul. It's a product I think is all right to sell because it's in the market, it's legal, and above board. A few years back, I think some of my actresses friends started telling me, but you can't do these products because Is it fairness creams? No. I think it was more to do with alcohol and cigarettes. And they said, don't do it. It's not nice. So I said, okay, I won't do it. I understand. Because somewhere, I think more often than not, people, if they get used to seeing it for so many years, I think they start expecting better even if you're doing your best. They think of you in a light which you didn't mean to create or necessarily are that. But say I'm basically good. But people start really expecting even nicer things, whichever they think personally are nicer. Maybe you don't even think that. And I think somewhere you have to start realizing I am being given much more import than I really stand for. And okay, then yeah, like I've been saying this in every interview. There's a little kid who called me SRK, 7-8 years old. If he knows me like that, and if I am selling something which is harmful in the long run, what does it stop me from saying, okay, let's not do this here, just in case it doesn't make a difference. Having said that, I'm okay, my son watching it. But that can't just be the justification, So I can't just say, let's do it, my children. My children know I'm an actor, Maybe it's a different space. So perhaps I'm not clear about it, but the filters are strong enough. So I wait and weigh, and I have opinions in my own team. I've got a lot of girls and boys working with me, hundreds of them. It's okay, don't do it, yeah. If you guys don't want it, let's not do it.
Are there categories that you consciously stay away from?
They would be, the ones I mentioned, but not necessarily. I think some of them don't come to me only. I think there are some categories that just stay away from me. I'm too good for them. But there are 2-3 things only, which are kind of not right, I guess, to be selling it. And I think I'm liked a lot by children. So maybe the categories are a little wider for me than others. And I don't think I've done very many of those, So yeah, maybe alcohol, though it's sold and everything, and cigarettes, of course not. So yeah, those ones I've stopped doing it.